Hi friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel WebLearnX. This is Virendra Kumar Singh. Today I am going to explain the JDB Spring Security with the JDBC database. So let's get started. So in last video I have shown you how to create the Spring Security with in-memory. But in real project it's not recommended to add the all user information in memory. There is the numbers of user and user details, it's a update table, so it's not recommended to add in memory. So how to add the database and how to configure with the security in real projects, let's understand. So let me open my Eclipse. I have one pre setup project, Spring JDBC security. So in this project, let me show you what is the dependency here. So in this project, I have added Spring Boot started JDBC and Spring Security, and I'm going to use the inbuilt database. So that's why I have used the H2 database. So Spring Boot provide one inbuilt database. It is H2. So I have configured. I'm using demonstrate on this database only. So same kinds of thing we can add with the MySQL or Oracle or any other database. Only we need to add the dependency related from the MySQL or Oracle, and we need to pass the query. Nothing is much changes. So I will demonstrate that one also. So this is the form changes, and I have created one controller, and in this controller I have created the three different URL. This is the accessible by all user, and this URL only accessible by the admin user, and this URL accessible by the user or admin. So I have created three different URL for demonstration purpose, and I have created one security folder, and this security folder I have configured. So my security JDBC security kinds of things. So let me demonstrate it. So I have created one configuration annotation. So this file automatically picked up when the application will up and running, and here I have added the enable security, web security, then it will start the work, otherwise it will not picked up as a security. And I have added the database data source here. So when configured the any H2 database, and so H2 database automatically inbuilt database, so there is no required the username, password and all things, and we can directly map with the AutoWire. So that's why I have used the database. If you add the MySQL or Oracle, then you need to configure the your property file with the certain driver, username, password and all things related from the MySQL or Oracle. Then you can create AutoWire that one. So next video I will explain with the MySQL. So this point of time I am explaining with the H2 database. So here I have created one password encryptor encoder, and I am using JDBC authentication data source, and I'm not going to create the separate database. I want to create the default schema. So JDBC also provide a facility to create the default schema inside of security code also. So it will create schema for me. So I have created the user name as a user and password as the password. Password is also as user, and role is user. So I have created one user, and I have added one other schema also. So this is the admin, username is admin, and for password, password is the admin and role is the admin. Now same pattern we can add the multiple more user. So this schema will automatically create when the application will up and running. And here I have all override one other config method with the HTTP security. In HTTP security, I have used the authorized requests and pass the my aunt matcher. So if any user want to access the admin URL, then it should require the admin credential. So because I have here created the admin credential, so I have put it the admin credential here. So and for the user URL, it's required either admin credential or user credential. And for the all rest of the URL, like which is started by slash or any static URL or any CSS URL or any static images, it's not required any permission. So I pass as the permit all. So this is the way we can permit the any URL. So and this is the way to create the default schema. So I will explain how to create the our own schema in just after some time. So first let's run this and try to try to execute on the URL. So let me compile it. Maven clean. So now application is built successfully. Let me deploy. So right click on project, run as Java application. So application is up and running. Let's try with the UI. So I'm going to execute this. So this URL accessible by all user. So it's not asking for the login. You can observe here. There is no any role required to access this URL, this one. And I got the message, this message welcome for the all. So let me log in the user URL. So if you pass the user, then it should ask the ID and password. Then we have configured the default ID and password, default schema. So user ID is user and password is also user. So let me add the user and user. Now you can accessible with the user URL. Let me log out it. I have logged out with the user, and let me try with the admin URL. Admin admin. So now you can log in with the admin also. So this is the way how to create the default schema using of JDBC security, but it's also not recommended because we are not going to fix the any default URL in sorry default is username and password in our code base. It should be required the some DB to add the user and password. So Spring Boot, let me delete it, and I have passed the semicolon here. So Spring Boot also provide to some user database with the authorities. So Spring Boot provide one fixed pattern to create the database. So let me create that database. So I have already created database. Let me put on resource folder. So here I have created two default schema, SQL schema. Say schema detail is I have created users. So this is I did not created this. This is provided by the JDBC security. So table name should be user and password role name should be authorities. Otherwise it will not work. So I have and username should be user and password should be password. Means we cannot change the schema name here, user or user underscore name and all. We can change, but the process will different. I will explain that one also. So I have created one default user schema and authorities schema for the role, and I have created one other schema to add insert the data in that schema. So I have passed the first user as a user with the password user, and the second user with the admin and password with the admin, and I have insert the authorities data, user and authorities. So first I want to set the user authorities with the role of user and admin authorities with the role of admin. So this way we can create the our own username, sorry, user and authorities schema. So how to create the schema? Let's show you. Here we can create, right click on the resource, other, and select SQL file, SQL development. There is the SQL file, and you need to create the file name with .sql extension. So I have already. So let's run the application and check with the data. And sorry, one more thing here. I'm going to use the our own user table and authorities table. So we need to add the some password encryptor logic. Otherwise it won't be work. So that's why I have added the one schema here, password encoder logic here. So let's compile the project. Compilation is completed. Let me install. Installation is successfully. Let me run this. Now application up and running, 8080 port. Let's check with the UI. Let me open one other. So first I need to pass the local 8080. So you can able to, we are able to access this URL because there is no any password protection. So let me try with the user slash user. So here we require the user ID and password credentials. So we have already set up in memory with, so user ID is user and password is also user. So let's check with the user and user. Sorry, user password is user. So you can access properly. There is no any problem. So with this schema data. So let's log out. Let's log out it. Log out and test with the admin URL. Admin and password is also. Yep, we can able to access the admin also. So this is the way we can create so our own schema and put the data in schema. But here we need to point one thing, table name should be required only this, otherwise it won't be work because it is already configured in uh, JDBC MySQL JDBC Spring Security. So let's understand, if table name is different and authority means I want to change the table name and authority table name, so how can pass the our own query to solve this issue? So let's stop it because it's provide the same pattern because this is already configured. So let me pass the our own query and find the data from the DB. So for this we need to use here authorized by the user name query. So and authorized by the username query. So here we can pass our own query like select username password enabled from the user. Then here we can pass our own table name, and here we can pass our own field name. So that's way we can change the table name. If table name is changed, then we can authorize the table using up this query. So it is getting the data from the user table, and after that same user pull the record from the authorities table. So if same user is exist in user table as well as authority table, then only it will able to log in, otherwise it will not able to log in. So let's compile this one. I'm going to Maven install project install successfully. Let me run the project. So my project is up and running on 8080 ports. Let's try with the UI. So let me first try with the slash. Now it's allowed for the all user. Let me access the user. It will ask the user ID and password. So in this case, I'm going to pass my user as a user and password as a user. So it will fire my query. It will fire my query, and after, because this is the default configuration, that's why it's not showing the query here in console. So next video show I will show these things with the help of MySQL query and with the MySQL database. So we can get the query also, what query they have fired inside. So this is the my user, and let me show the admin. So admin is not accessible that user because I'm trying to access the admin URL using up user credential. So let me log out first. Log out. Now let's me logging with the admin asking the admin ID and password. So my admin ID is admin and password is also admin. Now able to access the admin URL. You can observe here. This is my admin URL. So let's access the user URL logging with the admin. It won't be able to log in. Sorry, it is able to log in. Let me check the role. Let me check the role first. Yeah, yeah, it's have the role of, means user have the role of admin also. So that's why it's able to access. So friends, this is the way we can create the JDBC security with the in memory, and here we can pass our own query. It can be any schema name, like you can add the here user password and here any schema name, and accordingly we need to change here also or the schema, sorry, in schema here schema and your schema fields name also. So this way we can change our own. So that's it for the JDBC. So please subscribe my YouTube channel. Please press the bell icon for the notification. Please like and share. Thanks.